you, Senator Hanson. Minister.
Thank you, Mr Acting Deputy President. And in speaking to the Water Legislation Amendment Sustainable Diversion Limits Adjustment Bill 2016, can I say that the government is absolutely committed to the delivery of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan. Can I also acknowledge the bipartisan approach that was undertaken in establishing this plan in the first place, the one basin, one plan mantra that followed the establishment and the negotiations when this plan was first put in place, I think is a testament to how governments and oppositions and parliaments can work together to deliver the best possible outcome on something as critical as our water security. Key to our ability to be able to deliver this plan is recognising that it's not just environmental concerns and outcomes that need to be delivered, but we also need to take into account the social and the economic impacts of any changes through legislation or regulation. Mr Acting Deputy President, as you'd be aware, I am an irrigator, and I can assure you there is nobody on the land in Australia that understands better the need for a healthy river environment than an irrigator. It is the basis of our sustainability. Without a healthy river system, we do not have an economy, and without an economy, we don't have our river communities. The SDL adjustment mechanism process is a fundamental part in our ability to deliver this triple bottom line outcome. It provides a mechanism by which environmental outcomes can also be tested for their efficiency. We focused on irrigation efficiencies in the initial commencement of the rollout of the plan, whether they be on-farm or off-farm efficiencies for the delivery of water for irrigation, stock and domestic and other purposes, consumptive use purposes. But it is equally important, Mr Acting Deputy President, that we use water for environmental purposes equally as efficiently. The Murray-Darling Basin Plan in 2012 set out the process for coordinated and sustainable management of this very important river system. It also set out the long-term average sustainable diversion limits, and it included an adjustment mechanism to adjust those limits by up to 5%. The adjustment mechanism provides for the amendment of the SDLs based on either supply measure projects that deliver the Basin Plan environmental outcomes with less environmental water, or efficiency measure projects that recover more environmental water in ways that deliver neutral or beneficial social and economic outcomes. So this bill amends the Basin Plan to provide for a second opportunity to notify adjustment measures by June the 30th, 2017. It provides another opportunity for the Basin states to develop new projects to allow the SDL to be adjusted, and beyond those that have already been notified as of June 2016. It provides opportunities for to maximise social, economic and environmental outcomes of the Basin Plan by augmenting the potential SDL adjustment. It also builds on the Australian Government's commitment to sustainable agricultural production. As you would well know, Mr Acting Deputy President, water is an absolute critical input to agriculture, and it is one of the key pillars of this government's platform that agriculture is a very important part of our economy. We have done other things through the implementation of the plan, as we have applied a sense of adaptive management to the implementation of this plan, an example of which was the capping of water that was water purchases as part of the return of water for this purpose to 1,500 gigalitres last year. We also have also looked at some other really exciting measures for our ability to be able to deliver efficient environmental water, such initiatives such as the no-flow measures that are being currently considered. The most famous of which is the carp control measure, which we are hoping will clear the river of the toxic carp that have been introduced, and in the process of doing so increase our native fish populations. This at the moment, up until now, hasn't been able to be considered as an adjustment mechanism. However, we have given the opportunity for the states to consider this in other types of no-flow measures, which could add to the environmental outcomes with either no damage at all to the social and economic the communities that rely on the river, or possibly even provide additional benefit. So, Mr Acting Deputy President, we intend to continue to work in partnership with the Basin States. As you'd be aware, the Basin Plan requires the support of all of the Basin States for us to be able to make any changes in the delivery of the legislation and the regulations that sit with it. Can I also assure Senator Hanson that we are very well aware of the rights of irrigators and people that live on the river communities. And one fundamental right that we absolutely understand are riparian rights, and that is that the rights of those people that live downriver are equally entitled to expect that water will also flow past their properties and they will have access. This is not a case of those highest up the river get the best deal. Can I, in concluding, please thank everybody, the opposition, the Nick Xenophon team, the One Nation team, Senator Lionhelm and the other crossbenchers, and of course the Greens, who I'm hoping will also be supporting this because of the importance that this delivers for the whole river community. Thank them for the support of this bill, and I commend the bill to the Senate.